It's a Minisode. Fixing Eagles mini episode.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did it.
Okay. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Just for Fix and Giggles. I'm Kat.
And I'm Gustav.
Gustav, how are you? It's been a while.
It sure has been a while. That was like that was an awkwardly long silence. I was like, I said my name, and then you were like, okay. Anyway, cool name, bro.
Yeah, no, it's great. I was just letting it sit in the air, you know.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thank God. You know, I wouldn't know because we haven't posted an episode since November, even though we have one recorded. But you know.
Well, no. Okay.
Not pointing
okay.
fingers.
Look, listen. You know what happens? I literally, it comes into my mind. I go like, oh fuck, I need to do that. And then I forget, and then it happens again. And I'm like, ah, crap, I still haven't done it. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'll do it later. And then, I do something else, obviously, and then I forget again, and and I'm just like, it's just a cycle. I keep forgetting.
You know, I'll let it slide because you had a premiere of a piece recently.
That's true. So. Yeah. There's a lot on my plate. You know.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Congrats again, by the way.
Thank you.
So as you can tell by the title, we are back in the land of young Sheldon. They're in Texas, right?
Yes, yeah, that's where the show's set. This just really shows off our knowledge of the show. We're big fans, as you can tell.
We've really been following this fan fiction, but we don't really know.
Yeah, haven't seen enough of the show.
Yeah, but so you know, normal minisode, since we really just do young Sheldon. We just go into reading. However, this time we have a special minisode email segment.
Whoa.
Cue the jingle.
Mail time. Yeah. Oh, you wanted to do it? Sorry.
Ooh, that was good. That's fine. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yours would have been better than what I was going to do. So the other week I got an email, and this is coming from someone named Alex. The subject line reads "update?" ?
Oh boy.
Okay. So Alex writes, "Hey Kat and Gustav, I like the whole young Sheldon and Leonard thing on your podcast. I know I can just read the fanfic on AO3, but I prefer listening to your impressions while I do chores around the house or sneak it at work, lol. They've updated it since you last made a podcast on it, and I've been avoiding reading the new chapters on the off chance that you read them. I guess I'm asking if you'll continue your readings on this fic, or if I should suck it up and read it on my own. In any case, I'll keep my eyes open. Alex."
All right. Well, okay. Thanks for calling us out, Alex. I appreciate it. You're more committed to this keeping up with this the fanfic than we are. We just kind of check it. We kind of just
when I tell you,
yeah.
When I tell you that I cried when I saw that pop up on my phone, I'm not joking. I have a witness that I could contact to ask them. I freaked out. That made me so excited. Thank you, Alex, so much for writing in.
This is what it's all about. This is what we do it for.
This episode, this is what it's all about. This is what we do it. So this episode's dedicated to Alex.
Yes.
So we have.
Sidebar.
I'll drop you the link. But we have two.
When you said Alex, I was like, I thought it was our friend Alex, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, our friend Alex.
Like, an IRL friend. I mean, like, Alex. You know, a buddy from school.
Trebek.
Oh my god.
Wait, I know so many Alexes right now. What's their
Who the
major?
hell do you think I'm talking about? The guitarist, our friend.
Alex Guitar?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Sorry. They just had their Masters recital yesterday, by the way.
Oh, word? W.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Alex Chinelli. Oh, sorry, not the dog.
Oh, the other one.
I have two Alex guitarists in my head.
I know the other one.
Oh.
Yep.
So, sorry, you were talking about the one that's
Yes,
more
no,
applicable to both of us.
Yes, yeah. Well, no, I know the other guy. I know the other Alex. Although I knew him as Alexander, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, tricks. Of course. Okay, but you see my honest confusion.
Yeah, that's fair.
and why Masters Alex was on the brain because of their recital yesterday.
That's fair.
All right. Well, I sent you the link. And you're reading. Congratulations.
Oh, did I?
El Linko, man.
I gotta read, man. Damn. Didn't know this was school. Okay. I think you did.
Hey,
your best,
I don't know if there's any big words in this one like last time.
Yeah, that was tough for you, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah, I was putting in the effort, man. It was rough.
Okay, alright. So here we are, back again. Social Skills by our good friend 305 Unreal.
Shout out 305 Unreal.
Shout out 305 Unreal. So the summary reads, Leonard has a bad week, but he doesn't let it stop. Okay, that's not right. Read it as it is written. Okay.
Yeah, we go for honesty here.
Leonard has a bad week, but he doesn't stop his communications. Shout out to my...
It's like pop star.
Yeah. Don't ever stop.
Never stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The notes read, shout out my commenters from Chapter 3. Ravine of Roses, Yas Say 1310, Smexley Face, Winter, guest, Fix and Giggles, Me Buis, Alcohol, guest, yo. Shout out.
Oh.
Big ups. Albino Kerberos, Adamare 2001, and Sunday Monkey. I love hearing from you all. Reading your comments encourages me to keep writing this story. Thanks, 305 Unreal.
Hell yeah.
Okay, here we go. Is this still part of the summary? Wait, no. Okay, this is it. Okay, I wasn't sure. All right,
you're good. Yeah. It's a long summary.
All right, here we go. Okay. Alfred, his dad, had driven the conversation in several different directions once he spoke all he knew about Sheldon. Leonard hadn't gotten much sleep, so he'd fallen asleep on the bus ride to school and gotten marker drawn on his forehead as a consequence. Damn. Someone had gone through the double of scotch taping his glasses so they'd appear fogged up. Damn. He didn't even realize until he stumbled down the bus steps, narrowly avoiding a faceplant to the accordion doors. Nobody tried to help him up, the other kids were busy laughing at his predicament, and the bus driver simply sat annoyed, as though this were a deliberate prank that Leonard would pull to make everyone late. He's often among the first crowd to leave, wanted to escape this metal torture chamber, but once he had gathered his belongings, the driver had pulled him by his backpack to sit in the hot seat while the other kids had departed. For a week. He's got the hot seat for an entire week. I guess that's it. You have to sit next to the driver so you can't hang out with your friends. That's what I'm gonna guess.
I was gonna say, is that like a I was like, is that a real thing?
He's being interviewed. Like the news is right there.
Oh shit.
For the week, instead of working on his homework, he works on drafts of his letter. Alfred gives him pointers, and he's copied down the most important nuggets of the last conversation. He likes the name Leonard. He wants to be an emotionless Vulcan or Professor Proton. He almost died and is boycotting solid foods. Hates the Muppets. L-take.
Boo!
Has no pets but loves cats and monkeys. Also loves trains. He just like me for real. And then... Okay, I guess this is like his... Okay, yeah. So we have three struck out lines. First one reads, thanks for liking. And then, I never thought about. And then, Sheldon is a good... all crossed out. Leonard...
Sheldon is a good.
Leonard scribbles out his attempts. He can't start with the name thing. He rereads the notes and tries again. Vulcans aren't really emotionless, you know that, right? Crossed out. That sounds too patronizing.
Good. I was going to say, good choice crossing that out. You just know Sheldon would take that as like a bully.
That's bait for him, to be honest. That's the beginnings of another rant right there.
Oh God, I know. Knowing us, I'd be the one to read it.
Yeah, you get to read you have to read Sheldon's letters, and you're like, fuck. Okay, and then one more crossed out line that reads, maybe you just don't like to show your emotions. Oof. Leonard shakes his head, squeakily mumbling under his breath. I can't write that. I don't know him. Good call, Leonard.
That wasn't very squeaky.
I can't write that. I don't know him. Is that better?
Oh, God. Okay. That was good. Yeah, keep that.
Okay. My mom made spaghetti for dinner last night, and it smelled so good. I wanted to sneak a bite, even though I'm still a little nervous after what happened. Leonard pauses. He's not boycotting foods like Sheldon, so what does he know? By the time the bus arrives at his stop on Friday, though, the line still makes it in the notebook. He readjusts his broken glasses and walks down to his house, his mind swirling on how to word his next letter.
Right on.
Sheldon runs home in fear, trying to use his small stature to his advantage and hide behind cars and fire hydrants. Ever since agreeing to generate wins for the Medford football team, kids crowd him in the halls. People want to sit next to him and slather him in attention. It's all too overwhelming.
I always forget that Sheldon's like a football player, apparently.
Yeah, apparently he plays football. Or this
yeah,
is like
I remember in chapter 1.
We had to look this up. We were like, what?
When I read that he was on the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Young Sheldon football. I have to double check for another time, I'm sure. Because I remember we found out his dad is a coach.
His dad's the coach. George.
Yeah, George is the coach. Huh. Oh. Ew. Sorry, hold on. What the fuck? Young Sheldon was like one of the commentators on Nickelodeon football.
Ew, dude,
okay.
What? No.
He like popped up and said, "Flag, that's a false start."
Oh my
that's all
God.
I can see. Fucking okay. Well, anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
Back to our program.
Okay. So it's all too overwhelming. He can't even read a book in the library without people gathering around him, as though they can soak up his intellect just by being in the same vicinity as him. With his mind lost in the memories of the past week, he doesn't realize he's no longer covered until his neighbor is holding Matilda, the malicious milksop, at Sheldon's eye level. The scrawnier boy screams and runs inside. Intending to hide in his room, both parents call out to him. George wants to run some statistics by him, but Mary holds out an envelope. Sheldon gratefully takes the envelope and runs to the garage, rather than risk running into his dad on the way back to his bedroom. Stressed out, he closes the door and connects the switches to his oversized train tracks sitting at chest level, laser focused on his trains. He sets up a Lego tunnel, and places a ping pong ball into a holder on one of the trains. Taking a deep, controlling breath, he watches as the train heads towards the tunnel, his finger hovering over a button on his remote. He quietly recites Newton's...
Would you play with trains?
I did play with trains when I was a kid, man. I had all kinds of sets.
Me too. My grandfather had an electric train set that he gave to my brother and I.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah.
Robbie and I used to take Lincoln logs and build tunnels for the train to go through. Nice. Yeah, I had these like little. Did you ever know the toy Kapla blocks? Like these little planks of wood that you could stack and like build stuff with. Ew. Kapla blocks.
Yeah, Kapla.
I don't know. Oh yes.
They're
I
kind of
never
like
had
Lincoln
them,
logs.
but I think I played with them like somewhere. Yeah.
They're kind of like Lincoln logs, but yeah, I used to build stuff. I used to raise my tracks with that to kind of like give it like a little bridge and stuff. And
shit. Okay.
I'm
sorry. I didn't know I was talking to.
I was a little bit of an engineer, you know.
I like trains. Anyways. Continue. Sorry.
Let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, he quietly recites Newton's first law of motion to calm himself. An object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Seconds before the train hits the tunnel, Sheldon presses a button that launches the ping pong ball into the air. It flies over the tunnel and then lands right back on the spring launcher as the train leaves the tunnel. He giggles at how well it worked. There's something about linear kinetic energy and gravitational potential that helps him see things in perspective. He lets the trains continue on their own, knowing that the mere sound of the trains running on the tracks will likely deter his family from bothering him, at least until supper. With his privacy secured, Sheldon finally looks at the envelope. The stamp is the same image as last time, so he doesn't bother with them. He doesn't have his tin knife in here, so he compromises with a common blade screwdriver.
Tin knife?
Yeah, like a letter opener.
You said tin knife.
I said pen knife. At least I thought I did.
I'll listen to this whenever you send me the edit, whenever that may be.
Whenever 10 years from now. 10 knife years from now.
Probably. 10, you mean 10 pipe years from now? Good bit.
Okay.
That'll do great on TikTok.
Yeah, maybe we'll get like 10 likes for that.
Hey, I'll kick my heels if we do.
The back tears slightly, but the letter remains undamaged, thank God. Date October 4th. Hi, Sheldon. It was great to read your last letter. You really got into depth in your monologue on cats, I'll say. I saved up my allowance a while back and adopted a cat of my own from the local shelter. He's got beautiful black and white fur.
Oh.
It's like he's wearing a tuxedo. And get this, his white paws even look like they're wearing little boots. That's how he got his name, Boots. I gave you a copy of his photo so you can see my furry friend. Sheldon pauses his reading and looks inside the envelope. Sure enough, there's a photo of a cat, almost preening for the camera. Sheldon roots through a workbench until he finds a pen so he can write Boots Hofstadter, October 1989, on the back. He'll add it to the shoebox in his closet where his letter is currently set. The letter continues. What do you think of him? I could talk about Boots forever. He's honestly the best cat ever. He just learned how to jump really high the other day. We were praying. We were playing, and I started...
Brain!
We were playing, and I started waving his feather toy above my head, and out of nowhere, he leapt up and actually knocked it out of my hand. I was really surprised, because usually he's pretty lazy that late in the day. Boots also loves to sunbathe in the window. In the afternoon, you can find him all curled up in a patch of sunlight, just snoozing away with his paws in the air. It's seriously the cutest thing. I'll try to get a picture of him doing it next time. And one more funny thing, Boots hates taking baths. The other day, I was giving him a little wipe down, and he started kicking his paws and trying to bite the washcloth. I mean, he was yowling like I was trying to murder him or something. He's definitely not a fan of water, that's for sure. Do you think you could save up your own allowance to get your own furry friend?
Oh, God.
I like trains, too.
I
Sorry, what? Go.
No, I was just gonna say, I'd hate this, see Sheldon with a fucking cat.
Yeah, it's just one more.
I feel like you would have sea monkeys as a pet.
That's more fitting for him.
Yeah.
I like trains too. Every October, my dad takes me, my sister Angie, and now my little brother Mikey up to Phillipsburg for the Great Pumpkin Train Ride. Is that Charlie Brown themed?
Ooh. Oh? Charlie Brown?
Tune into the actual podcast to hear the Charlie Brown episode for that.
Yeah, episode 6.
Episode 6. It runs along the Delaware River on the only active steam locomotive left in my whole state. I was thinking maybe I should bring Mikey some special train books or a toy locomotive to hold. Siblings can be annoying, but Angie actually has fun on these trips, so she's not picking on me. My favorite part of the ride is staring out the big windows, taking in all the fall foliage, and watching the river go by. Dad makes pumpkin bread and apple cider for us to enjoy during the ride. Of course, the conductor comes back into the train cars to pass out candy, especially if you're dressed up like him. Do you take family trips with your family? Maybe next time you're on a road trip or something fun, you'll have to send me the details. Send me all the details. In the meantime, I'll be sure to grab lots of photos from the Great Pumpkin Train for you this Halloween. I used to have a model railroad project,
Please, God.
but Mom thought it was a waste of time. Now, I'm collecting pieces so I can build a new one in the attic. Nobody ever goes up there. I've also been collecting spare parts and tools around the neighborhood. I'm dreaming up designs for my very own battle robot. Oh, sick. Once it's finished, I can program it to smash and destroy targets while I control it from a distance. What do you think? Should I call it Darthbot or Vaderbot? Let me know if your neck of the woods has any cool materials I could use. I'll send you pictures of the robot progress. Sometimes when things get
He
too...
loves pictures.
Oh, yeah. Got a real camera nerd over here. Camera dork.
We got a real Kodak moment right now.
Sometimes when things get too crazy around here with Mom's work and Angie always bothering me, I like to imagine I can escape to my own world, just like Max in my favorite book, Where the Wild Things Are. Shout out Maurice Sendak. I pretend I'm sailing away on my boat to a magical island. That's the author.
Oh my god, how did you know that?
I had that book when I was a kid, and I read it all the time. And also, we sell it at the bookstore where I work, so I've seen it.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Right, slay.
What can I say? I pretend I'm sailing away on my boat, to a magical island where I'm the king of the wild things, of all the wild things. My room is starting to feel more like the Death Star these days, too. Darth Vader has always been my favorite villain because he's so powerful. I've got Star Wars posters all over it, and I'm working on a lightsaber toy to add to my collection. So, how's the boycotting going so far? I bet all those soups and shakes are getting a little bit old by now, eh? My mom made spaghetti for dinner last night, and it smelled so good. I wanted to sneak a bite, even though I'm still a little nervous after what happened. I cut it up real small, and chewed extra careful. When nothing bad happened, I decided to slowly start reintroducing some softer solids back into my diet. Maybe you could try something similar? Like bananas or yogurt. Really soft foods that won't be too stressful, but will get you used to eating stuff with some texture again. And don't feel bad if you have to cut it up tiny or take little bites at first. Healing takes time. At least you don't have to worry about sausages for a while. Hope you're feeling better soon. Let me know if you try adding anything new to your meals. Are you named after the Nobel Prize-winning American theoretical scientist Sheldon Glasgow? There aren't as many Sheldons as there are Leonards. But speaking of Leonard Nimoy, you called Spock emotionless. That's not true at all. Oh, sorry, that isn't true at all.
Oh!
I've seen a lot of episodes,
Oh, no.
and even though Spock is Vulcan, and they don't show their emotions, I think he feels just as much as humans do deep down. There's this one episode where Captain Kirk gets hurt real bad, and even though Spock acts all logical on the outside, his voice gets all shaky. I think he really cares about the captain a lot. And there was another time where Spock had to choose between saving the ship or saving Kirk, and he chose Kirk. If that's not emotion, I don't know what is. Know how Dr. McCoy calls Spock a walking computer sometimes? It's just a teasing thing, but not my point. Actually, Mom finally brought a brand new computer for our home. Mom finally bought a brand new computer for our home.
Oh, it's okay.
Thank you. Before, we only had her little typewriter thing she uses for her therapy patients. This computer is huge, though. It takes up a whole desk in our living room. Mom says she wants me and Angie to use it, too, to keep our minds sharp. Sorry, to quote, keep our minds sharp, end quote. I've discovered this new thing called the internet, where you can play games against other people long distance. Isn't that cool? I've been practicing my chess skills against players from all over. My username is Captain Krypton, since Captain Kirk and Superman are my favorites. I learned chess after watching Star Trek. I play online every Monday at 5 p.m., but on Thursdays, I have my weekly cello lesson after school till 7:30. That's why
Ooh, slay.
we love a musician. That's why I usually hop on the computer for chess
do.
at 8 p.m. instead of 5 Mondays. Gotta keep practicing my music, too. Do you have a computer? I'd love to play a game with you sometime. Do you go to rodeos and roundups like they show on TV about Texas? Peace and long life, Leonard. Overjoyed by the letter he's received, Sheldon withdraws his physics notebook that he normally uses for calculating velocity on his model train projects and starts writing about algebraic topology and football statistics. He's so absorbed in his letter writing that he fails to hear either parent calling him name. Oh, I think it's supposed to be calling his name. Calling him name.
Him name.
Georgie isn't bothered enough to gain his attention, but Missy knows what to do. Sheldon is brought out of his zone with a single unhygienic threat. Get up here, I'll lick your toothbrush tonight. He quickly shuts his notebook and turns off his train set, running back into the house for family dinner. The end.
Right on, right on, right on.
Let's read the
We got
comments.
some comments. Yes, please.
So, first up, Bring Me Love 85 says, "This is cute." Blue heart emoji. Ada Mari 2001. I think they were shouted out, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I think so.
Yes,
yeah, they were.
they
I think so.
They say, "Dear author, we've been blessed with another majestic chapter." Crying emoji, sparkle emoji, sparkle emoji. Thank you so much. I can't wait for Leonard and Sheldon to meet, and for Leonard to be amazed at how confident Sheldon is. Thank you for writing. Sincerely yours, an average reader.
An average reader.
Raven 720 million says, This is so sweet. Snake underscore commander 888 says, super cute. Want to read and read. Oh, looking forward to the new chapters. P.S. English is not my first language, so sorry if there were mistakes. Ah, you're good, dude.
That was great.
Better than cat reading, to be honest.
Literally, fuck off. Now is not the time to bully me.
Flying
Save
underscore
it for the main feed, bitch.
Flying underscore raccoon says, I love this story so far, and I can't wait for more chapters. Same flying raccoon. Flying underscore raccoon. Purple heart emoji.
Safe
And
space.
Ineffable underscore serpent underscore 4004 says, this is so sweet. I love how you write Sheldon's character and his letters. The concept is really nice. Can't wait to read more of this.
Shout out. Alright, let's leave our comment like we always do.
For sure, for sure.
Alright, dear 305 and real, per usual. You started out this time.
Excellent work once again. Start with that.
Yeah. Exclamation point.
We really enjoyed hearing about Leonard's cat, singular. And I think it's really cool.
Should I add that correction?
No, just fix it.
Leonard's cat. I think it's really cool
that he and Sheldon both like trains. That's something.
True.
It's nice that they have something in common.
Cat's favorite train is Percy. What's your favorite train?
I liked Toby.
And Gustav like Toby. T-O-B-Y?
Yeah, T-O-B-Y.
Alright. Peace and love. Okay, Gustav. Alright. Dear 305 Unreal, excellent work once again. We really enjoyed hearing about Leonard's cat. I think it's really cool that he and Sheldon both like trains. Cat's favorite train is Percy, and Gustav like Toby. Peace and love, Cat and Gustav. Alright, it has been commented. Alright.
And Sim.
On to the next...
Next chapter.
Next chapter, bro.
Next chapter. I think you should read.
Oh, fuck you. You're doing this on purpose because you know Sheldon's gonna have written a letter.
Let me see. Yes, he did. It's not as long as last time.
Fucking okay.
Come on. Oh wait, never mind. Right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's very long.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. Social skills 305 Unreal, Chapter 5. Summary. After school, Fridays for our boys. Alright, and the notes. Let's give a shout out to my commenters from the last chapter. Bring Me Love 85, Blue Heart. Adamari 2001. Raven 720 million.
720 million. Yeah.
Thank you. Snake underscore commander 888. Flying underscore raccoon. And ineffable underscore serpent under 4004. It's great to hear from everyone. This concept will most likely stay the same, but they will meet at some unknown point in the future.
Nice.
I recently switched medications and got a new psychiatrist. I'm still struggling, but starting to feel better. So thank you to everyone who's been leaving kudos and comments. Trigger warning, pre-break, asthmatic issues and near attack. Trigger warning, post-break, sensory overload, and aftermath. Okay. Well, shit. I'm sorry to hear that things have been tough 305 Unreal. But I'm glad to hear that you are starting to feel
feeling better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for being honest with us, you know.
Yeah, no, your vulnerability is appreciated. I know that must have been hard putting that out there, but I think that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's begin. As it's a Friday afternoon, Leonard needs to finish his chores before he can relax. With a sigh, he heads to the upstairs hall bathroom to tackle the first chore, scrubbing the toilet. When he opens the door, the smell of clean... P.U. Pretty unsavory. When he opens the door, the smell of cleaner lingers in the small room. He fetches a worn scrub brush and a bottle of Lime Away from the cabinet under the sink. Kneeling down, Leonard pulls on rubber gloves that are a bit too big for his hands. He uncaps the bottle and pours a stream of blue...
goddamn hand.
He uncaps the bottle and pours a stream of blue liquid around the rim of the turlet bowl. Setting the bottle down, he dips the brush in the pungent cleaner and starts scrubbing at a stubborn ring. The bristles scratch against the porcelain as he goes around in circles. After only a few minutes, his gloves are soaked through and his knees ache against the hard tile floor. Once it's finally sparkling clean, Leonard stands up with a groan and flushes, watching the swirling blue liquid disappear. His back and legs are sore as he strips off the oversized gloves and tosses them in the trash. He crosses off the first chore. Now it's off to sweep the back porch. Leonard walks through the kitchen towards the back door. Boots' ears perk up, and he runs over. Leonard grins down at the cat as he weaves between his legs with a disproportionately large paws. It's kind of like Texas Pete. Leonard tries to step carefully so as not to trip over the energetic feline, but Boots has other plans. He leaps, attempting to wrap his lithe, should be little, body around Leonard's shins. Oh, that's actually a word.
That's a real word.
No fucking way.
It means like flexible or yeah.
Okay, sorry, 305 would.
That's a nice. It's a nice word. You were like, that's clearly wrong. Yeah.
I said that's obviously supposed to be little. Okay, so attempting to wrap his lithe body around Leonard's shins. The preteen stumbles slightly, but catches his balance on the counter. Boots, no! He attempts to discipline the cat, is undercut by a fond laugh. The black and white ball of fluff looks up at him with wide green eyes, meowing plaintively. Leonard knows what he wants, to be fed right away. But it isn't time for dinner yet. Gently nudging the cat away with his foot, Leonard informs him that he's got chores first. Boots isn't one to be deterred, swatting at the hem of his young human's pants with sheathed claws. Leonard picks him up and deposits him back on the floor, giving his head a quick scritch before opening the screen door. The cat whines around his legs one last time as Leonard calls for him to be good. He snags the broom as he steps out the screen door onto the back porch. As the brunette?
That I don't know.
The hair color?
I think so.
We're gonna go with that. As the brunette begins sweeping, he already feels his chest tightening. Oh shit. Sweeping always stirs up dust and pollen, which aggravates his asthma. He pulls his inhaler out of his pocket, taking a puff to ward off any coughing fits. The porch is certainly in need of a good cleaning. Fallen leaves and tracked-in dirt cover the wooden slats. The broom bristles scrape against the grain as Leonard pushes them back and forth. Little clouds of debris swirl up every stroke, making Leonard wheeze slightly. He takes another puff of his inhaler, breathing deeply through the medicine. After nearly 10 minutes of sweeping, Leonard's arms are tired and his lungs are burning. He leans against the railing to catch his breath as he surveys his work. Most of the mess is now piled into a dustpan, but a few stubborn leaves cling in the cracks between boards. Leonard steels himself for one final push to finish the chore. With the broom in hand, he pushes through the last leaves, coughing hard once he's done. He's proud of how clean the porch is, even though his chest feels tight. There's only one chore left on the docket. His limbs feel heavy as he drags himself around to the side of the house where the recycling bin sit. His chest is still rattled from all the dust he stirred up sweeping. Sorting recycling is always an arduous task, made worse by his weariness. He hauls the bulging blue bin over to the patio table and starts emptying the contents. Leonard focuses hard to remember which items go in which bin. Paper in blue, plastics in the yellow, and green, glass in the green. Each movement sends fresh waves of fatigue through his small body. As he groups bottles and cans, Leonard's breathing grows more labored. He's on the verge of a coughing fit, but he doesn't want to waste any of his inhaler. Once each bin is filled with sorted materials, Leonard takes a moment of his time to lean against the house. Squeezing his eyes shut as he regains his strength, he crosses the last item off his list. He wants nothing more than to collapse into bed, but he can't. Not yet. He wearily drags himself back through the kitchen door, noticing Boots sprawled in a patch of sunlight, streaming from a... that was my modem impression, apparently. Yeah. Screaming from a nearby window. Leonard's throat is dry and raspy from all the dust and exertion.
Ducks?
So he walks... Shut up, bitch. Oh my god. Dust and exertion. So he walks to the sink and leans heavily on the counter as he turns on the faucet. The water rushes out in a clear stream, and he fills the nearest clean glass to the brim, shakily bringing it to his lips. The water is cool and refreshing as it flows down, though it does little to calm his breathless cough. Sufficiently hydrated for now, Leonard leaves the empty cup in the sink and shuffles down the hall toward the stairs. Each step up to his room sends spikes of pain through his battered muscles and lungs. But he's determined. A few more feet, and he can collapse on his bed and finally read that letter in peace. And so he does. Curling onto his side with labored breaths and shaky hands, Leonard pulls the crumbled envelope from his pocket and extracts the pages inside. Date, October 9th. Leonard. It was the summer before my freshman year of high school. My father was driving as the whole family drove through the city called Galveston, because my mother used to live there. And she wanted to visit some friends from hers from Ball High. She thought they could help me and Georgie get settled in high school. There was a large crowd of people along the way that gathered in an open field just off the main road. Dad pulled over so we could take a look. Missy rolled down my window, and I instantly smelled manure and hay. Loud country music was playing over speakers as... yeehaw! As cowboys and cowgirls worked to herd cattle around the perimeter of the dirt arena. Bulls were snorting and kicking up dust as they bucked, trying to throw their riders. I had read about rodeos in books, but never seen one in person. It was far more chaotic and unruly than I had imagined. I was intensely overwhelmed by the loud noises and crowds, but I was also fascinated in watching the skilled animal handlers work. One particularly large bull broke free from the herd and started charging straight at our parked car. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Mom let out a small scream, and my father quickly rolled up the windows. We watched safely behind the glass barrier as the bull came to an abrupt stop just before reaching us, confused by our strange vehicle. It was the closest encounter I've had with the wild animals used in these rural spectacles. While educational to observe from a safe distance, I don't think the ruckus atmosphere of a real rodeo is one I'd feel comfortable participating in. I much prefer the calm study of animal behaviors to the rowdy spectacle of forcing them into shows for human entertainment. Right on, Sheldon.
Yeah, right on, brother. W take.
Not common, Sheldon W.
Hating hating the Muppets, L take, but I'll forgive you for this W take of not abusing animals.
Yeah. But a W take for hating Beaker, though. There always is a silver lining, you know what I mean?
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
I hear you. Someday, perhaps after I've graduated high school, and have settled into my first apartment away from this neighborhood, I hope to adopt a cat. Of course you fucking do. I picture a friendly tabby or tortoiseshell who will keep me company in the quiet alone times and help me ease my near constant anxiety. A cat could also probably help me with the relentless squawking and flapping next door for Miss Sparks' dozen misfit chickens. Their self-appointed ringleader Matilda is the worst. A squat, brown and white bantam hen with evil eyes and razor-sharp talons. I'll never forget the day last spring when I was crossing through the front yard after school and she came storming out of the coop, hackles raised. Before I knew what was happening, she had flown at me with a primeval squall, and I barely made it up the old oak tree in our yard. Right on. I stayed perched up there for over an hour, too scared to climb down, until Miss Sparks finally whistled Matilda and the rest of the flock back inside for the night. Damn. That's crazy. My chickens are not like that at all.
Yeah, she's got some aggressive-ass chickens.
Honestly, my god. My 3 chickens, Q, Sal, and Murr, would never.
Shout out.
Shout out to the Impractical Jokers. The human neighbors aren't much better, to be honest. Billy, who is either 11 or 12 by now, he's been held back a few times, so it's hard to know for sure. Damn, Sheldon. Still finds juvenile ways to torture me. Then there's Bobby, his annoying little sister who just turned 6. She's not inevitably cruel as Billy, but still delights in startling me whenever possible, whether by popping out from behind our shared fence or luring one of the chickens my way with a handful of grain. I try not to let any of them get under my skin too much, but I still dream of the day when I can safely escape to my own space with nothing but a friendly cat for company. Maybe somewhere far across in the country, in a quiet apartment where no I'm gonna take that sentence again. Maybe somewhere far across in the damn it. Maybe somewhere far across the country in a quiet apartment where no neighbor's chickens will chase me up a tree again. Yay, I did it. Woo.
There we go. Yay.
As a self-proclaimed science nerd with a passion for physics, math, and engineering principles, I'd never really considered channeling my interest into building an actual robot, but my curiosity has been piqued by discussions of hydraulics, circuitry, armor plating, and such. After reading your most recent letter, I visited the local library and pulled up event rules and specifications. I was intrigued by the sanctioned designs and past championship bots featured. Slowly, an idea took shape in my logical yet occasionally whimsical brain. I have sketched out blueprints for blueprints for a midweight combatant with a symmetrical wedge design for maximum traction and impact distribution. As for the name of your battle robot, as an avid Star Wars fan, age 5, since age 5, both names are suitably sci-fi inspired. Vaderbot has a nice ring that pays homage to the Dark Lord of the Sith in physics principles. After all, what force propels and guides competitive robots, if not electricity, mechanics, and engineering? The force of science!
The force of science!
Thank you. That was a good line read of me. Over the next few months, I will throw myself into building a bot of my own in my homemade workshop, localized in the unused garage, just as I trust you will build Vaderbot in your attic space. I believe the results of hardware, coding, and evaluating will test, if not exceed, even my estimations. Be sure to check in as your BattleBot grows, and I'll do the same. I would like to battle our bots directly in glorious gladiatorial combat. Unfortunately, your competition will likely be held at either Stevens Institute of Technology or Hoboken Terminal. While the competition I have selected is closer to my home at the Mod Cobb Convention and Activity Complex in Longview, Texas. As Leonard's tired eyes...
Reverse
clearly
those.
I'm the same thing as Leonard right now. Yeah, as Leonard's tired eyes scan over the next few lines of news from his pen pal, his body begins to succumb to exhaustion. The aches and pains ease as sleep wraps its comforting arms around him. His breathing slowly steadies into the deep, restful rhythm of slumber. The letter falls from Leonard's limp fingers, slipping partially under his pillow. His face still holds a faint smile, warmed by the connection with his distant friend. But for now, these thoughts and dreams will wait. His body demands respite after such an arduous day. Cold and late afternoon sunlight filters through the window, bathing Leonard's rusting form in a soft glow.
Rusting.
Boots. Yeah, I said rusting. Rusting form in a soft glow. Boots sleeps lightly onto the bed, padding over to curl against Leonard's side. Morning sunlight is just starting to peek through the gaps in Leonard's curtains as his alarm starts blaring. He groggily swats at the clock until the annoying beeps shut off. Slowly, Leonard's fuzzy brain remembers it's the start of his mostly carefree weekend. His sore muscles have healed in sleep, leaving Leonard eager to start the Saturday. Not wanting to waste a second, he shoots upright and dashes out of bed. Boots meows in protest at being disturbed, but Leonard has no time to struggle. What? Oh, to snuggle the kitty now. Barreling down the hallway, Leonard hears stirring from his sister's room up ahead. He pumps his shorter legs as fast as they can carry him, hoping to outrace her to the bathroom. Just as he spots her door creaking open, Leonard makes a desperate lunge for the open bathroom doorway. No fair! I called it last night. Aren't they from Jersey? That's what I tried to do.
Yeah, the Jay-Z. Yeah, the Jersey.
No fair! I called it last night. His sister Angie groans behind him. That was not a good Jersey from me. I gotta think more Chuck E. Cheese. But her words fall on deaf ears. Better than what?
That was better than my what's his face from Chuck E. Cheese? Not Chucky, but the chef guy. Forget his name.
Oh, Pasquale P. Pie Plate.
Pasquale, yeah.
Yeah. But her words fall on deaf ears.
I can't even do it now.
Oh no, go ahead. Speak your truth, man.
I can't remember how to do it. I was thinking mouse. Oh my.
Oh my Jesus.
It was something like that.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah. Let's keep silent on that one. Actually. Today will be a glorious day, starting with the luxury of a leisurely shower without many chores or responsibilities. Weighing him down. Feeling refreshed from his shower, Leonard towels off and walks out of the steamy tub area. Angie bangs on the other side of the door. That was me banging. No doubt eager to put on her makeup, but she'll need to wait a bit longer. Leonard squeezes a blob of toothpaste on his brush and brings it to his mouth. As he scrubs, the minty foam tingles pleasantly against his gums, but when he rinses with a swig of Angie's cinnamon mouthwash, the heat flares across his taste buds mercilessly. Leonard tries not to gag at the fiery spice as it swirls down his throat. Don't swallow it. Spitting the last of it into the sink, Leonard flees back to the safety of his room with watering eyes. Boots lounges on his pillow, watching with amusement as Leonard dances around, clutching his throat. Ugh, my sister... That was Southern.
Why is he Southern?
I don't know. Ugh. My sister likes some gross flavors, Boots. He complains. Shit, that was Christopher Walken. I'm sticking with it. Leonard's Christopher Walken from now on. until I forget when we record, whatever this is updated again. Once he's finally recovered, Leonard begins rummaging through the drawers for his perfect weekend outfit. Fuzzy socks, comfy jeans, maybe that new video game t-shirt. Once dressed, he collapses back onto his bed with a contented sigh. Boots purrs happily beside him on the pillow, begging for some love after being disturbed earlier. Leonard scratches under Boots' fluffy chin, eliciting a throaty rumble. The cat pushes into his hand, tickling Leonard with his soft fur. They play like that for several blissful minutes, content in each other's company. But Leonard knows if he doesn't act soon, his bed will remain a rumpled mess all weekend. Reluctantly, he gives Boots one last scritch before gently dislodging the fur ball. Boots meows in protest as Leonard stood up. Sorry, buddy. Beds don't make themselves. Leonard grins, pulling the sheets taut.
I love it.
It's the lore now. Boots watches from the floor, kneading push blankets with needle claws. After smoothing the duvet and fluffing pillows, Leonard deems his sanctuary presentable once more. As Leonard arranges the pillows, his fingers brush against a crumpled sheet of paper. Pulling it out, he recognizes his pen pal's unfinished letter from the night before. A smile spreads across Leonard's face as he flops back into the nest. A warm pile of fur joins him, and Leonard tucks the cat securely in the crook of one arm. Boots purrs loudly, rumble vibrating through Leonard's fingers. With the other hand, he smooths out the creased pages eagerly. Emphasis on pages. Fucking Sheldon's yapping, dude.